Good morning. When I moved into Fowl Hall freshman year, I had no idea what I was getting myself into. Like many of you, I was eager to define myself at Mercersburg, but beyond this vague goal, I was clueless. Clearly I didn't foresee that this defining experience would entail long but rewarding dance tech weeks, muddying hands, throwing pots on the wheel, and even challenging myself to eat an omelet, which by now I've had 3, but for context, I absolutely abhorred eggs. Looking back, a pivotal moment came the end of my sophomore year, with Mr. Cohen's lunch announcement seeking a resurrection of the math club. I had just had a challenging experience with the club for 2 years, and I had made the painful decision to let go. I was hesitant to re-enter the murky waters of starting a club, but I couldn't seem to let go of that supportive math community I dreamed of, with people either squeezed in front of the whiteboard discussing ideas or holding silly colored hats enacting one of my favorite puzzles, the hat puzzle. So somehow, I dismissed my worries and went ahead anyway. The math club has meant so much to me ever since. I finally got to put faces on the community of people I imagined. I met people who were excited and cared about math. And we'd sit on the ground, eating cookies, as one does, and discuss math. To everyone who has been a part of this journey, I thank you for sharing your time with me. You will always have a special place in my heart. Like the math club, almost all the truly formative experiences and relationships that Mercersburg gave me came about only because I had, albeit barely, overcome my doubts and chosen to proceed on the grounds of faith. In true me fashion, I feel most comfortable treating life like an optimization problem, clearly laying out all options on the table and finding the maximum payoff. Perfect clarity, satisfaction, guaranteed. Like the time I decided I wanted to move to Swank after weighing all the pros and cons. Indeed, the sunny windows and friendly environment never failed me. But as much as I adore math and proofs, logic has its limits. Knowing has limits. Finding the local minimum of a function in math class is relatively easy, but in life, which has so many variables, it is difficult to find the actions that will result in maximum benefit. Only until you tread down a path will you truly know what lies on it, and sometimes life may just surprise you. The one evening I casually became roommates with Chalma in the dining hall, I could not possibly have fathomed that I also got myself a sister. To Chalma, thank you for defying my own puny logic time and time again to show me love and compassion. I hope to hear many more horrendous jokes in the years to come. So first, as you might continue to notice, a lot of fantastic things happen in the dining hall. But my second point is that uncertainty is inherent. Some things we won't know, and other things don't even have answers. This is true for the position of the electrons. For years, I struggled with the revelation that there's just no way of always predicting where an electron is using previous knowledge, because they exist in ethereal probability clouds. But the way that you resolve this conundrum is actually so simple, it sounds almost like cheating. You act. You stop only speculating, and you measure the position of the electron with a probe, at which point you'd know definitively where the electron was at that moment. The class of 2020, as you take your gifts into the world, I call to you to measure that electron. Bring all your skills and enter into uncertain situations with the courage to apply them. Especially now, facing bigotry in domestic and global politics, systemic frustrations, and impasses on important issues such as climate and health, it can seem hopeless that things could ever become better. Ambiguities line the path ahead, but our Mercersburg experience has prepared us for this moment. We are no stranger to uncertainty. Whether it is joining that soccer team for the first time, going climbing or camping in freezing weather, or signing up for that class you didn't know you could get through, a push, or squeezing your entire dorm in a bathroom stall. You've all had your share of wild experiences that wouldn't have happened if you didn't take the plunge. When the unknown and the impossible looms over you, hold fast to your faith. And despite everything, act upon that faith. Put yourself in the situation and break the impossible paradigm. To add on to a quote by the legendary physics teacher, Dave Holsworth, believe, be positive, and ready to take charge. If anything, know it is a fact that even a 0% chance may actually mean it's possible, just like the event of picking out an integer in a sea of real numbers. But like the quote by Newton, of which civil rights activist Mr. Ernest Green reminded us during Family Illinois weekend, we all stand on the shoulder of giants, and that includes each other. As we proceed to tackle the greater, more unpredictable problems of the future, we are never alone. And having known all of you over the years in different capacities, I know we're in awfully good company. And now I'd like to express thanks to some of the people who carried me to this moment. To my dance family and Miss Dalton for teaching me the meaning of hard work and camaraderie. To all my peers and teachers, but especially those in maps, as well as Mr. Curdy and Mrs. Smith, for challenging me to navigate ambiguity. To Dr. Kelly and Mr. Schroer, thank you for sharing the joy of math and for being the best Santa Claus that never was. Special thanks to dining hall, housekeeping, security, B&G, and other staff for your smiles, your kindness, and your tireless work behind the scenes that make Mercersburg possible. To all my friends who will always stay with me in the form of dining hall conversations, King parties, and card games, thank you for being truly genuine and amazing people. To those in Virginia who are practically my family, thank you for making the best buns and for believing in me and caring for me throughout the years. And to my parents who inspire me with their integrity and unrelenting optimism. To the class of 2020, I thank you for being lit. I feel extremely fortunate and proud to have spent the last 1, 2, 3, or 4 years with you. I'm sorry we won't get to properly say our goodbyes, but maybe this is the best way that we leave Mercersburg. We've brought Mercersburg with us into our homes on all different continents. May we now go into the world. Thank you.